everything you saw in Cameroon that was a luxury is in there.
Right there. It's right there.
His pantry is full of it, right? How many times do people eat chicken back home? They are focused through primary school and secondary school and high school and university. I was all geared towards becoming a physician.
Is that how particular you are about your health, about what you eat?
Yes, you have to be obsessive about it.
Is it possible?
Very possible.
Do people do that?
I do it.
So we are here today with Dr. Albert Takem. He's not just a weight loss expert, but as a man who understands the immigrant journey. He has been to other countries. He understands what most immigrants go through as diet, work balance, and gaining weight, and then also trying to lose weight at the same time. So this episode could change your life. Just stay tuned and listen to this episode. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and stay tuned. This episode, you'll definitely get something that will help you. So welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So I always start by asking, what got you into this field? At what time did you know you wanted to become a doctor?
Well, that's an easy question for me because, you know, my dad wanted me to be a doctor. From when I was a kid, 2 or 3. My father started telling me, you have to be a doctor. You have to be a doctor. And it's one of those situations where a dad tells a child to do something and the child too likes what the dad tells him to do. And so from when I was a kid, I always knew I was going to be a doctor. My entire focus through primary school and secondary school and high school and university, I was all geared towards becoming a physician.
Okay.
And so I never, a lot of people grow up, they want to be maybe a basketball player, football player, soccer player, and then maybe that doesn't work out, then they do something else. I always wanted to be a doctor. My dad put it in my head and I carried it, and it's been my life mission. So it's pretty simple. I don't have any... So there wasn't a lightning, a moment where lightning went up, a light bulb went up, and I said, I want to be a doctor. It's always been. And, today being a doctor is the greatest honor of my life.
All right. First, let's talk about immigrants and weight loss, because I think that's what we'll be talking most about today. Because if we have to talk about doctor, we just talk about everything. But let's talk about weight loss and immigrants. So I have notice that in every 5 immigrants who move to the United States, let's say in every 10, weight loss or losing weight is one of their goals. We're just moving to the 3rd month of the year, and I bet you, if you check everybody's bucket list for this year, at the beginning of the year, what they want to achieve, weight loss is among that. Mm-hmm. For me, weight loss is top of my list, and I know with a lot of other immigrants in here as well. So what would you say is the cost? What is exactly the problem? Why is everybody or every immigrant that gets here starts struggling with weight loss, especially people who were back home, did not struggle with weight gain, but as soon as they get here, they start experiencing that, and then they're fighting to lose back that weight.
Okay. So the problem is multifold. It's threefold, and I can tell you based on my medical education and personal experience. It's funny. The name of your podcast is JJC Vibes Podcast. That's Johnny Just Come.
Yeah, Johnny Just Come.
And those are all Johnny Just Come problems. The first one, right? When you come to America, think about it. When you leave Cameroon or Nigeria or Ghana or most third world countries, the first thing that you are leaving, and the main reason why people want to come to America is for more.
Yes.
Right? Or for better. better in every sense, a better life, a dream that you couldn't achieve in Cameroon, a life that you couldn't achieve in Cameroon. If you think about it mentally, how we think back home, right? Most people grew up lacking. Now there are people whose parents were rich and all of that, ministers and director generals and all of that. But those are probably 1% of the population. The vast majority of people who live in America from third world countries, including Cameroon, were poor people, right?
So,
No shame in saying that. Most people were poor.
yeah.
And by American standards, even poorer if you compare by American standards. And so if you leave a place where I can tell you, for instance, that in my home where I grew up in Cameroon, you didn't open the refrigerator to look for snacks. There were none to be found there.
That's true.
Right? There was a pot that had the meal for the evening and woe betide you if you touched it.
Exactly.
Right? And so nobody went to boulangerie to go get 400 francs CFA croissant or 500. I don't know what it costs now.
That was luxury.
Exactly. All these things, if you walk into your refrigerator, all the things that are in there were luxuries back home.
True.
There was no bread at home. You went to the store. If there were 8 people, you got 2 loaves of bread, you sliced it, everybody got a slice, and you ate it. If you were still hungry, you drank water. Right?
True.
And so you leave that, and then you're arriving in America, and all of a sudden, the person you're living with, who took you from the airport, you open his refrigerator.
Boom.
Everything you saw in Cameroon that was a luxury is in there.
Right there. It's right there.
His pantry is full of it, right? How many times do people eat chicken back home? Now, I don't know what it is now. I'm going to tell you when I was growing up. It was on Christmas Day. Maybe 3 other times during the year.
That's fact.
Right?
Or when a big visitor comes in, a very big visitor.
Exactly.
And you don't even get to eat the part of you get to eat the chicken feet.
Yes, they'll give you the feed and, and things like that. So now in America, you can buy the whole chicken. Matter of fact, people now go to somewhere there in Pennsylvania and buy the whole cow and bring home. Right?
Yeah.
So you leave situations where there was a lot of want, people didn't have. And they come to America, the land of abundance. You have everything. You can eat as much as you want. You can buy as much as you want. Croissants are everywhere. Bread is everywhere. You don't have any. You don't have to. For as women, most of the time in Cameroon, when they went and ate a croissant, a guy bought it from them.
For them, yeah.
Took them out on a date, right?
Yeah.
And bought it for them. Now they can buy it themselves, a lot of it, and then they eat a lot of it. So you have some things in the mind, and I say this from a personal perspective. When I left Cameroon and went to Italy, I noticed the same thing. A lot of things that I couldn't afford, I had access to them. I still remember how much I ate chicken when I got to Italy. To my cousin Akunchung's place in a town called Macerata. I mean, I saw so much chicken. I was eating chicken every day. He always had it, and I like chicken. And rice and stew, things that you waited for Christmas to eat abundantly of. I ate it every day. And, so I gained some weight, and then school started. I started medical school, and then I started interacting with Italians who are very, eat in a very, what I call organized way. Mm-hmm. And, so I was fine until I came to America. Then I came to America. Everything I just said, I went through it. I mean, my first 6 years in America, I think I gained like 40 pounds.
40 pounds?
Yes. I went from, when I moved here, I believe I weighed 180 pounds. And within 6 years, I was like 228 actually.
Was that after a year or, because like I mentioned, the NIH study shows that when immigrants move here, the first year they're okay, but after 5 years, most of them become obese.
Oh, yeah, it was within 5 years. Now, I remember because that's when I started residency in 2009. I remember that I weighed 228 pounds when I saw the resident.
200 and
28. So I gained 48 pounds. Yeah. And, and it's everything I just told you, the abundance of food, access to all the things that you want.
so is it that it's the craving or is it the excitement of abundance?
That's an excellent question. It's that we eat carelessly.